Hi, my name is Anthony Parent, and I've been a tax attorney for over 20 years. I've worked on many difficult tax problems and created over 500 videos for the IRSMedic channel, hopefully giving people hope. Now, what surprises many people about my job is how helpful I find some IRS employees to be. And look, I always try to chat them up, asking them about their job, retirement plans, and personal lives. Over the years, they've shared insider details with me that few people know and have saved my clients a lot of headaches. The reality is that since 2009, the IRS has been losing its best agents and officers to retirement. While some new hires were brought in back in 2010-11, it was not enough to replace those who left. In 2018, the IRS suffered its worst losses ever, with many senior staff members retiring to enjoy their pensions. Many of these people were dedicated professionals who knew how to fix the problems created by the IRS. Since 2018, there have been very few new hires until the summer of 2023, when a wave of recruitment brought in new employees. The 87,000 new IRS employees was more like 6,000 new employees. Some excellent managers, including one of my favorites, were training these new hires. However, after investing time and money into the development of these new hires, all the probationary employees were let go in February of 2025. Now imagine being an IRS revenue officer who spent the last year and a half training and developing these new hires, only to see them go without warning. You know that the competency that was stripped out of the IRS by retirements is staggering. But these hoped-for human resources are now gone, leaving behind a huge backlog of cases that weren't given any attention. And you need to ask, who would ever apply for a job at the IRS again? So understand, the situation at the IRS is incredibly dire. There are parts of the tax code that examiners won't enforce due to a lack of staff. Millions of taxpayers with outstanding tax debts can't even be pursued through automated collection systems because there aren't enough employees to handle the phone calls these automated notices create. These problems existed before Donald Trump's first presidency, and it's been exacerbated by budget cuts and steady, constant reductions in funding. And now, the IRS is an angry place where staff members have too much work to do and too few resources. Employees and supervisors snipe at each other. They're demoralized and questioning their job security as more layoffs are threatened. And worse, many people are waking up to the fact that the IRS and the Federal Reserve are two sides of the same coin. The income tax is seen as a burden far from a civic duty. And get this, there's been a huge surge in interest in taxation. I know this firsthand, as typically my videos get around 2,000 views. Well, I've had a couple go viral. Maybe this one too. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share if you would like to see that happen. Anyway, my point is this. People are questioning the legitimacy and fairness of the tax system deeply. And on the Joe Rogan Experience, Donald Trump even casually mentioned that he thinks the income tax was a stupid idea pushed by our foreign enemies. This shift in public perception has led to a massive appetite for better analysis in historical context. Alternative history channels, like one run by one of my good friends, Ryan Socash, well, he has a channel called It's History, and it's gained a huge following because he goes deeper into the facts. And he is far from alone. Americans are being deprogrammed from mainstream history and starting to ask questions about the tax system and what it has delivered. So, will the IRS be officially abolished? Maybe. However, it is far more possible that it dies a slow, painful death due to budget cuts and lack of job security and public perception. If this happens, we can expect more of the same. The IRS just abandoning enforcement areas and reducing its overall effectiveness. The IRS rules by fear and intimidation, and without it, the IRS has no effective power over the people. Essentially, AI would have to replace the IRS in order to continue. Now, maybe I shouldn't give them any ideas other than AI can be defeated with AI. Here is the huge cultural shift. The sitting president of the United States of America has already mentioned his desire to abolish the IRS. This resonates with tens of millions, if not half the country. And yes, President Trump can do this without passing one law. I talked about this in another video, which happened to go viral. Many people are understanding that without the IRS, hyperinflation would occur. The root cause of our problems is not just taxes, but rather, as Donald Trump at least implied, the rule of foreign bankers who've imposed ruinous usury and taxation on our country that puts the wealth of a nation into the hands of the few, which actually impoverishes the entire nation. Now, was this what Donald Trump means by making America great again? Future generations of Americans are already punished by usury and huge debts. Therefore, the solution lies in sound money and with an end to usury. So whether or not the IRS is officially abolished may be irrelevant. What matters most is that we address the underlying issues driving our woes. My final answer, will the IRS be abolished? I'm not sure it matters much as the IRS continues its self-destruction, rotting from the inside out. So our focus today, right now, should begin to turn to creating a better future, a better country with sound money and an end to usury that has made debt slaves out of most, but not all of us. This is Anthony, parent of IRSMedic. I want to thank you for watching. And with all the tax news happening, there is no better time than right now to subscribe and turn on those notifications. You will be the first to know when I upload a new video.